Good morning, internets. The sun is just now coming up in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, and I am on my long commute to work, so I thought this would be a good time to talk a little bit more about my favorite subject, the Chevy Volt. I have had my Volt since the 12th of October. Today is Halloween, so, you know, over 2 weeks now I've been driving the Volt, and I think it's time to talk about like the pluses and minuses of driving the EREV, or extended range electric vehicle. Right now, I gotta say, I've got a lot more pluses than minuses. I drive about 300 miles a week if all I do is go to work and come home. If that's all I do, I'm driving 300 miles. So, with my previous car, the Volkswagen Passat, I was putting a minimum of $50 a week in the gas tank, which is a lot of money at the end of the month. It's $200 a month, sometimes more than that. So that's most of the car payment right there, that I was just spending gasoline. And even though the Volkswagen got good mileage, it gets nothing at all compared to the Chevy Volt. Even when I'm using the gas generator, this thing's getting close to 100 miles a gallon, and you can't get that out of any gas vehicle. So as much as I love gas cars, it was time to look for something new. This car is exceedingly comfortable. I'm driving a 2012 Chevy Volt, and I was lucky enough to find one in the lot with, for me, low mileage. You know, had just under 60,000 miles on it. Which for me is low mileage because I've never driven anything with less than 100,000 miles already on it. And it fully loaded. Every possible option that they made available for the Chevy Volt in 2012 when they made this car is on this Chevy Volt. And in fact, it's a Chevy Volt Premium, which I guess that means loaded with the happy leather. I've got seat warmers. I've got all the bells and whistles in here. It's just very, very, very nice. I have all of the cargo space I could ever need. Later I'll do a video where we open up the hatch and lay down the back seats, and you see just how much room I have in here. It's a good car for me to go to work. I'm up before sunrise every day because that's when I go to the gym, so I just finish my workout, just throw my gym bag in the back. I don't have to deal with, you know, what's in the trunk, what's in the car. It's all in one space. And really, I don't even see the reason for sedans. I think everything should be a hatchback. I don't see the reason to put that wall and limit the amount of cargo space that you have when you're trying to do stuff when you're out and about. So, I mean, I have cargo space, it's comfortable, the mileage is incredible, the car runs quiet. Of course it runs quiet, because right now I'm running on all electric power. I'm just running on the battery pack right now, but even when the generator does come on, you can barely hear it. So it's an extremely comfortable ride. In traffic out here in Las Vegas, it's very, very nice because we have some pretty nasty rush hours. We have some pretty nasty stop and go traffic. But anytime you're in stop and go traffic, you can throw this thing from drive into what they call low, which isn't really low. But what it is it runs a smaller motor, smaller gear and everything, and it lets you regen electricity as you stop and you brake much faster than you would in normal drive mode. So it takes advantage of like those days when you're losing your mind, pulling your hair out because of the commute, or because of traffic, or a lot of stopping and going, or you're hitting every red light. It takes some of the sting out of that because you are regenerating electricity, and that's basically free. Now you're not going to fill a battery on it, but like when I drive a lot of downhill on the downslope of the 215, when I'm going down, getting ready to get off on Lone Mountain every day, there's this big decline in the freeway that goes for, I don't know, 1.5 miles, 2 miles, and I can make up 3 or 4 miles there on battery range, and that's just free to me. That just comes back into my battery, and I get to drive on that. And things like that are kind of neat when you're used to hypermiling in a gas car and you're just trying to get the most you can out of a gallon of gasoline. Now, of course, I'm still trying to get the most I can out of a gallon of gasoline because I still have an onboard gas generator, but I'm also trying to get the most I can out of a single charge. So while my battery fully charged reads 40 miles range, a lot of times I can get closer to 50 just from driving habits and being able to regen and things like that. It's really, really nice. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we have nice cars here everywhere, like like pigeons. On my way home from work every day, I will see top of the line Rovers. I'll see every car that Jag has made for the last 30 years. All of the new stuff. I will see Lamborghini. Just yesterday, I saw a gorgeous white Ferrari on the freeway, being at a stoplight in a really bad neighborhood right next to a brand new 2017 Rolls Royce is not unheard of in a city like this. And it's nice to have a comfortable seat to watch the nonstop Vegas car show, because when you live in a town like this where there's just so much money, now I don't have any, but there's so much money and so many nice cars absolutely everywhere. And now I'm sitting in something reliable and comfortable with good visibility, and I get to look out at all of the other beautiful cars, I say, as a terrible late 90s Saturn goes by, but still, most of the time we got a pretty good view out here, and I gotta say, I'm really enjoying the Volt. This is personally the nicest car I've ever driven. I realize this is far from the nicest car there is out there, but hey, that's what being a car guy is all about. You like your car, you're into your car, and I'm into my car, and I'm passionate about it. The Volt, I gotta say, is a really nice idea. It's a really good platform. The idea of an extended range electric vehicle is very appealing to me, because a lot of people worry about the infrastructure that we have right now for electric cars. There aren't a lot of charging stations available out there, and a lot of people are like, oh my god, where are you going to charge? Well, it kind of doesn't matter. Like, I'll charge when I get home. I'll just charge it overnight. I wake up with a full battery, and then when I'm out and about doing my day, it doesn't matter if I can't find a charging station. I don't even have to stress about it. I have the onboard gas generator that makes electricity and will recharge my battery pack as I drive. If I run out, I can run out of battery on the freeway doing 70, and it's seamless. It automatically clicks over to the gas generator and keeps making electricity. There's no loss in power. There's no hiccup or anything. It just switches over. It knows what it's supposed to do. It does it beautifully every single time. It's just wonderful to have something so reliable and that works exactly as advertised. I mean, I haven't driven a lot of cars, admittedly. I'd like to drive a lot more. I'd like to test drive some more electric vehicles. This is fast becoming a pretty serious passion of mine. But it's just so nice. And the leather they put in the Chevy Volt Premium is so comfortable. So as you can see, I'm not driving the electric vehicle for political reasons. Or save the planet reasons, because, well, I got the leather interior, and I gotta say, it's very nice. It's very nice. And right now, what just went by me on the right was a Nissan Leaf, and the Leaf is a really nice car. It's a really nice electric vehicle. Nissan doesn't really make a bad car. I mean, it's hard to say anything bad about Nissan, except for that the Leaf has limited range. Now, I don't know the exact range on the Nissan Leaf. I'll look it up, but I do know that when that guy runs out of battery, he's hosed, and I'm not, so that's really nice. You know, there are people getting 900 miles out of a single tank of gas on these things, you know, doing LA to San Francisco without having to fill up. And that, to me, that's amazing. Now, at the end of next month, I'm going to be driving my Volt from Las Vegas to Reno, Nevada. Now, if you're not familiar with the state of Nevada, we are the 7th largest state in the union, and I'm pretty much going to drive the length of it. I'm not going to miss very much of the length of the state. And it's an 8.5, could be 9-hour drive depending on what the weather is going to do to us as we get up into northern Nevada. And I'm excited to take the Chevy Volt and get up there and put a few hundred miles on it in a single day and see how it does. See how it does elevation, see how it does climbing, see how it does in passes, see how it does on the open highway. But driving 30 minutes at least every morning on the 215 out here in Las Vegas, I gotta say, it is a really nice highway car. It's easy to throw it into cruise. You get amazing mileage in cruise. I mean, it really takes care of your charge and everything. And it's a really wonderful little commuter vehicle. On the weekends, I don't use any gas at all, because I just do, you know, errands in the part of town I live in Henderson, and I never run out of charge, because when you really think about it, 40 miles is plenty. Most people don't drive more than 40 miles a day, which is why Chevy gave it that range. That's why that was the target, because most people drive just less than 40 miles a day. Now, if you drive more than that, it's okay. You can still have a Volt, and it's still, like I said, totally comfortable. You're still going to buy far less gasoline, and you're going to save money in the long run. I gotta say, everybody who gets in the car, even though this car is 5 years old now, you know, coming up on 6 years old now, it being a 2012, everybody who gets in the car goes, oh my God, it's so nice. My best friend bought a 2017 Honda Civic this year, and it is a beautiful vehicle. And it's a Honda, so, I mean, it's nice. It's gonna be nice. It's totally reliable. It's totally practical for her needs. And it's got all of the modern bells and whistles in it. I mean, she's even got a little camera on the right side view mirror that turns on her monitor when she tries to change lanes on the freeway so she can see what's going on that side. Like, that's so nice. My car doesn't have that, but that's pretty much the only thing this car doesn't have that hers does. And she sat and she goes, oh my God, I had no idea. This car is so nice. You know, my boss bought a brand new 2017 Toyota Highlander this year, and she comes and sits in the Volt, and she was furious, and I'm like, oh my God, what's wrong? And she's so mad because she paid so much money for a brand new Toyota Highlander, which is a freaking awesome truck. I would love to own a Toyota Highlander or a Tacoma. I love the tacos, but they're so good. But I digress. She sits in the car and she's like, this is so much nicer than my car. How is that even possible? I had no idea the deal I was getting with this, you know, Volt Premium. Chevy spared no expense. I mean, it's just so nice, and it makes me smile every time I get in it. And really, no matter what you're into, if you're into big lifted trucks, if you're into little lowered hatchbacks with lots of stereo and ground effects and lights and stuff, if you're into race car, whatever the thing is that you're into in Car Town and Car World when you're a car guy, whatever it is, if it makes you smile every time you get into it, that's a good car. If it makes you smile every time you walk up to it in a parking lot, that's a good car. Like, that's what, you know, being into cars is all about for me. And I just love it, you know. I brought it to a car show. I brought it to the car show on Easter, by the way, on Saturdays. You can see me at the car show on Eastern and Serene. I'll be bringing the Volt out. You can sit in it. Let's hang out. But I brought it to the car show on Eastern, and it's mostly old American muscle in that parking lot. And I love all of the dudes who bring their cars out every weekend. And I've seen, you know, when you go to car shows in Vegas, and I basically go to the same car show because it's the same cars all the time. And you occasionally do see something new. You know, there's the guy with the really beautiful, you know, old Apache pickup truck, and there's some lifted things, and there's just really beautiful blue lowrider that I see occasionally, and you know, old T-Birds, old Caddies, old, you know, things with big motors. When you turn them on, you really hear them. There's always a row of old Porsches and new Porsches. There's always a row of old Vets and new Vets all parked together. But I gotta say, I was the only EV. And we put the hood up on it and opened up the hatch. There are people walking by, like, looking under the hood, because when somebody puts up the hood, it usually means there's something to look at. And what there is to look at under my hood is the giant battery pack, and then this little tiny electric, this little tiny electric generator motor. And it was just funny to watch people walking by and looking at her going, what the hell even is that? And it just cracked me up. And that kind of thing makes me happy. You know, I don't care that it doesn't make a lot of horsepower. I don't care that it's not quick in the quarter mile. I don't care about those things. What I care about is that it's comfortable, it gets good mileage. I think it's a cute car. It's totally adorable from the outside. I think Chevy did a good job with the lines and the styling. And they have come out with, there is a new Volt that has come out. There's a next gen Volt. This is now the old one, which is why I was able to afford it, because them coming out with the new one drove the value of this one down. Thank you, Chevy, for that, because I'd never be able to afford one otherwise. And it's really beautiful too. I mean, they made a really good looking little hatchback, but I just love this 2012 Volt. I'm trying to think of something negative to say about it, because there's always got to be cons. The dash cluster is pretty busy, and there's a lot of shiny black plastics on the outside. All of these accent pieces are like this really shiny reflective black material, which looks great when it is polished up, but I am spending a lot of time with my bottle of waterless car wash, like getting fingerprints and stuff off of it, and kind of obsessively cleaning the car like you do when you're into your car. But I look like a crazy person, like always polishing my Chevy Volt, because people are like, it's a Volt, why are you tripping? And I'm like, fingerprints! You don't get it, you'll never understand. But it's just a really, really good car. Now, with these videos, this vlog I'm trying to do, I'd like to meet more people with electric vehicles. So if you have an electric car and you're in the Las Vegas or Henderson or even just Southern Nevada area, I would love to come to you and check out your car. I would love to either test drive your car or go for a ride with you in your car. If you don't want me to drive your car, you don't want a blue-haired weirdo driving your car, that's fine. I respect that. I don't want anybody else driving my car either. But let me take a ride with you and make a little video and talk to you about your car. I've never been in a Tesla. I would love to be in a Tesla. You own a Nissan Leaf? I want to see your Leaf. I want to hear all about your car and why you like your car. I like electric vehicles. I like hybrids. It really is the wave of the future. Gasoline is a finite resource. We know that. That is a fact. And as much as we all love our big, giant cars with big American motors in them, we love that grunt, we love that sound, it's not going to last forever. So we need to look to the future. I think EVs are the future. And the Chevy Volt with its onboard gas generator to make electricity is a nice half step in between the full electric and the hybrids that are not as efficient as advertised. So, you know, I would like to meet more people who have EVs, who have hybrids. I want to talk to you guys. I want to know what you're passionate about. I want to know what you like about your cars. I want to know what you don't like about your cars. If you have questions about me or about my car or any of the stuff I'm into, or, you know what, questions about anything in general, I would love to try to find you an answer. So please post them in the comments, hit like, hit subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'd like this to become a thing. This is EVs of Nevada signing out. Have a great day, everybody.